Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is, of course, Lord Drongo, and this was my study process to try and improve Dark-Perseus up to the level that you saw in my recent video I uploaded. I used all CX lineup using Dark-Perseus, Arc Wizard, and um, Incendio Reaper. So at this point, I'm in looking over the assist blades, trying to figure out what's a good idea to try and pair with Dark-Perseus design. I don't own the Rhino CX yet, so I had to kind of make do. This is something that I discovered after the fact. But, anyways, this is just some random footage that I took of study and process. I don't know. It's the first time I ever did it. I just felt like I should. At this point, I'm running Reaper chip in it. I was just kind of wanting to test. We're looking at Reaper. I think it was, wow, what was the name? Dark Reaper or something. Anyways, but we're looking at a 460 with point against, of course, the heavy hitter. And here we are trying to see different things about how it performs. Not necessarily looking for the win itself, but we want to see how it interacts with Wizard and how it interacts with the system, the rail, the arena, all of it. We see here that it does hit kind of hard, which is a big feature I'm looking for, but it also has a little bit of erraticness on the point and tends to self KO. I'm thinking that's because it's heavy and tall at the same time. You also notice that once it gets tipped over, it has that fatal flaw of not being able to stand back up. Wizard 960 ball doesn't have this issue because of the way the outward force just leans it back up. So after a few shots, I was basically going to 1 point wins no matter what, and you know, first to five kind of helps me determine because that means 1 out of every 5 matches, 2 out of 5. You get the idea. So basically, this didn't work, and we took it back to the drawing board. At this point, I realized maybe it's the assist blade. We could try switching it in out as it was in attack mode and maybe drop the 460 because the 460 was working. It wasn't bursting, but the stamina was a little low. So I figured drop the 460, take off the assist blade, put it back in stamina mode, throw it in the box. I have an idea. We're going to go over to something a little bit more, shall we call it original? Ingenuitively, but original. So now we got the right chip in there. Looks all good. We're going with the slash assist blade that comes off Duran Brave. And I decided 560? Maybe, but I noticed some points were kind of exposed. So I decided we'll try it, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Then I was thinking to myself, I don't know. Well, I kind of want to, but I feel like I need to try something different. I kept thinking about it, and I was like, hey, 660. Went with the 660 to try and see if I could improve the stamina and the roundness shape, and hopefully not be sticking out too much from the assist blade. Level bit, definitely. Level bit seems to work with Perseus for some reason. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just a match made in heaven and finally made its way to us. I don't know. So here was the testing fights again, and it seems to be doing a little better. It's hitting really good. It's not bursting, which Perseus is known for, and it's doing everything I want. It's showing some stamina, not very much. It's showing some heavy hitting and very hard weight throwing, which is kind of what I want to do with Perseus. I feel like Perseus is going to be a very, very strong smash attacker in the new meta for CX, but we got to do something about that stamina. So in these fights, you'll see that it's actually tossing Wizard around pretty hard. It's not doing that normal thing where Wizard just kind of tings and sits still and sends everything else flying away. It's hitting hard enough to make Wizard move out of the middle of the arena up past the O into the rails, which is good. And even scores a solid hit right there. Did pretty decent, but it's still lacking something, and I'm not sure what it is at this moment. Finally, a burst, and I realize something's wrong. So we take a closer look and we realize on one side, right under the wing, the 6 is sticking out. So it's easy to hit that ratchet if someone's sniping. I was like, oh man, okay, maybe we need to go back to the drawing board one more time. So we try one more game just to see if maybe it was just a fluke. But it kind of ends rough. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We decide, okay, let's try this build. Dark-Perseus, bumper, 760, bumper, with level. Bam, right off the rip, sends Wizard into the over pocket. Again, it's hitting Wizard super freaking hard. Doesn't have a lot of stamina. I'd say the stamina is very close to like 3 out of 5. If we were doing 10, it's like 5 out of 10. You know, so its stamina's there, but it's just not as good as you would like it to be, of course. But I mean, can't have all the stats, right? Anyways, my point is that I was looking at is it's hitting Wizards so hard that it's actually can't talk today for some reason, sending Wizard completely out of the arena, scoring an over, scoring a extreme knockout. Um, at one point, it almost survives. It just kind of tosses Wizard all over the place. I was like, okay, now we're on to something. This is working. And this is the build that I took to my locals this past weekend and did extremely well for, especially for a CX, but just in general too. It did extremely well. I was very, very proud of the fact that I made a Perseus build that's working and is succeeding. You'll see here that it does in fact lose, I think, if I remember correctly. But the point is it's not losing by a landslide. It's making Wizard work for it. Wizard's being forced to really go all out here. And that's really cool. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to improve these builds and then put the videos up so that way everybody out there will find a general idea of what to play with their favorite base. So overall, great build.